Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Stream of Chaos. My name is James, and I will be the Game Master for today's game of Age of Vikings. I'm joined, as I always am, by this fantastic cast of players, and we are going to be jumping into Session 3 of our adventure. We left at a dramatic point where Jackson's going to get into a fight. Wonderful stuff. But before we do any of that, let's have our cast introduce themselves, and let's have me try and subtly slide over to the right to pick up the rule book that I have over on the other side of the desk. Art, cover for me. Who are you?
Hi, I'm Art. What a thing to be asked at 10 o'clock in the morning. Who am I? What's my purpose in life? I don't know. But I do know that I am playing Sigmundur Gunnarsson, who is a skald, or better, a bard, who I think maybe today is ostensibly playing matchmaker. I think that's what's happening. I think that was the plan. I have a friend who is widow, and there's a dude who's getting divorced, and everything's a little messy, and maybe if we can just, like, make two problems resolve in one, our boss will be happy with us.
Yeah, it's just to add some mess to the whole situation, add a little bit of drama. Do you think you got along with the now dead, Widdy? There's probably a better term for that.
There must be.
Widdy.
I
mean, technically, if it was the gentleman who survived, it is a widower rather than a widow.
But he didn't, so he's just a dead husband.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, I think, yeah. I don't think there was any kind of, like, dislike, because that would be a ridiculous thing to do. Yeah. If I don't think I would still be friends with Marnie if I had, like, not at least tolerated and was polite to her husband.
Yep.
That's a real quick way of not being friends with someone anymore, is if you're like, oh, I don't like your significant other, I don't want to interact with them. It's like, well, then you lose too. Congratulations. Have fun with that.
Well, if you
be a decent person and just be nice to people.
If you get called into the AlÞing next year for secret murder, we will, we may broach this again. But until then, Jackson, who the hell are you, and how are you about to die?
That's me. I'm Jackson. I have no plans to die because I am playing Njal Thorofsson, the Beardless, who is here to just have a good time, collect some weapons, smack some things with those weapons, and generally win honor and glory. And oh boy, has he got a weapon in exchange for taking on the challenge of, oh no, I need all my notes for these names.
Vestine, I believe, is the berserker's name.
Yes, Vestin was accused of murder. He challenged his accuser. I took up the challenge on behalf of that accuser, Scufti, and that earned me a radtastic black sword. So that's the plan. Use this new black sword, win the duel. Bob's your uncle. Should be a good time.
Fantastic.
What else do you need?
Bob does not sound like an Icelandic name, but I'm sure there is an equivalent.
Bobulfson is your uncle.
Perfect. We also have Alex.
Hi, I am Alex, and I am playing Thrimir Solison, a creepy guy about town, who has just realized that there is going to be a not supernatural, extra-natural storm tomorrow, and we need more time on this secret murder trial. So we hopefully bring up the divorce trial to tonight and stuff up all of this guy's plans.
Yeah, you've got rumors of boats and all kinds of exciting things that you're going to have to deal with somehow.
Planning something.
But you also have a wilderness expert with you, currently sitting at the side of the duel arena. It's cold, it's wet, it's Dave.
The duel arena is fine. I'm bringing a sour atmosphere to it. Yeah, I'm playing a Berna Flossadottir, and I am here to support Neil. Neil, he's got it. I'm just there to witness the glory, baby.
Yeah.
Someone needs to hold the shield.
That's right.
The extra 2 shields, actually. Just
they tell you when they put me on the sidelines at basketball.
No, exactly.
You're a very important member of the team.
Yeah.
Someone needs to get the orange slices.
Which will involve traveling, presumably, to somewhere where citrus grows.
Yes.
The raid is on.
40-year journey. Very exciting. Yeah.
Let's resume to our riveting legal case, which has progressed to a sword fight. A quick reminder.
Baby.
As part of Vestine, a suspected berserker, has been accused of secret murder and has been found guilty, so has chosen to defend his honor, as the Icelandic legal system permits, using a challenge to a duel. Njal has stepped up on behalf of Skufti, who was the plaintiff in this case, and they have, in traditional Age of Vikings lore, they have moved on to a nearby island not too far from the AlÞing, where they are going to get into a fight. This fight does not have to be to the death, but it can very much progress to that. You have a chance to yield. If you do, Skufti is going to lose a lot of stuff. It's going to be bad. But basically, hopefully, it stops before that. So, rain-lashed island, combat breaks out, the two of you launch towards each other. Berna is off to the side with 2 backup shields. You have your shield in one hand and your sword in the other. Most good swords get a name in some degree, right? And this one hasn't been named, although the person who it was originally promised to, that you've taken it from, has been. Do you have an idea of a name for the weapon? Put you on the spot a little.
I think you gotta wait. I think you gotta wait to see what a sword does. The first time it gets out of the sheath before you give it a name.
Experience it.
Yeah, come back to me though.
I like it. Okay, perfect. So, let's get going then. So, here's how combat works. Basically, it's pretty similar to most BRP kind of games that we've seen. What we need to figure out first is what your dex rank is, and this, helpfully, is just equal to your dexterity. So, now, what is your dexterity?
My dexterity is 13, 1-3.
1-3. Okay, so that means that you basically act on that stage in terms of the order of all the different things that happen in the turn. And if you want to do anything particularly out of the ordinary, beyond just sort of hitting or moving a little bit, you start to reduce your dex rank accordingly. So if you're trying to cross a large distance, if you're trying to change weapons, if one of your shields breaks and you're trying to get a new one, you're going to have to reduce your dex rank. But until then, you're basically going to be able to act as normal on that time. You've already got all your weapons out, so it's completely fine. Which means that you are up against the dexterity of this. I was about to read the stat block name, which is, spoiler alert, not Vestine, but Vestine's equivalent archetype, which is 12. So you're quicker. You'll be going first.
Fantastic. I didn't want to interrupt, but the rules of the duel are actually that the challenge party goes first anyway. So if he's following the rules, I'll go first.
Oh, there you go. Okay. Shows that I didn't read that exact bit.
No,
I was
not
focusing
at all.
on the
There's a lot
combat
going
part.
on. And I appreciate that, because that's the more interesting one. Because, you know, when you play this game, you might be up against some fighters that aren't going to respect decorum.
Quite so polite.
Yeah,
That's right.
So fortunately, we start off with you. And basically what you've got here is you've got your weapon skill. What's your sword skill?
That's a great question. My broadsword, which is, I'm assuming, what I have,
30.
seems to be 85. Is that
Jesus.
right? Holy crap!
You're pretty good. Well, warriors in
Oh
this,
my goodness!
you can be quite talented, and it's fairly common to actually push a little above that. Remember, you can always get above 100, reducing the skill of your opponent generally as a result of that. Although fumble ranges do stick, so you can still fumble. Unlike in Pendragon, just because we were just playing, where if you push above 20, you can sort of block your ability to fumble. You always have a chance of stuff going spectacularly wrong.
I don't know if I have an 80 skill. I definitely have like some high skills.
Yeah.
And I have a feeling there's
Imagine not having a 90.
Well, yeah, you've got your crazy bow skill.
Embarrassing.
I got 85 broadsword, 90 shield, and basically nothing else above 50.
So
Always convenient. So basically, you're going to need that. You're also going to need to know what your shield skill is, right? Because what's your just setting it so everyone knows roughly what we're looking at.
90.
90 again, quite skilled, and you from there, you're basically going to be making attacks and parries. And why don't we just jump right into it? So, Rain-Lashed Island. What does Niall look like in a fight? And then make a broadsword roll as we sort of kick all of this off.
Heck yeah. Njal the Beardless is beardless. I'm looking at the picture here. He's got red hair, some tatty clothes. He doesn't really. He sticks out in the crowd, but not intentionally. He's just kind of focusing on one thing at a time, and then when that thing is battle, he becomes a little bit more intimidating. He doesn't get more active. In fact, if anything, gets less still. His shoulders hunch, and he has like the focus of a boulder that's like hanging over you as you walk through an underpass. That's the sense you get. I'm gonna have a roll with my broadsword skill.
Okay, fantastic. So basically what we would do if we were going through all of the steps, this is just two combatants, but I'm just going to speak it through for people who want to learn how the combat works. We start off, everyone states what their intention is. Vestine's going to hit you, you're going to hit him. So nice and simple. We then go into, and Berna, I'm assuming you are standing at the side because that's how it goes.
Rah, let's go now.
Cheering. Also, remember, Niall, you've actually made a roll, and that's fine, but you do always have the option to do augments or devotion point spends if you want to sort of be bumping some of this.
Oops.
It's fine. We can get a round of high octane action. You can always save some of that for later.
Yeah. No, you just got to warm up. You just got to test the waters first.
Absolutely. So then we Berna, you would go next technically because you're a non-engaged participant, and then since you are sitting at the edge cheering.
If a shield is broken, I will go.
Exactly. And we just go straight through into that. So you have made your successful broadsword attack, striking down, which means that we are now going to get a parry check using his shield skill from Vestine. So let's do that. Rolling. And we have a 66, which against his skill is a fail. That comes right through. Pretty damn good. Turns out blocking, excellent. Not really the speciality of people who like to hit. So we get you to roll a hit location. Can you grab a D20 roll, please?
Roll on D20.
Yes. Well, we get to the crunchy bit of the system.
3, which I believe is a right leg.
Yep. So striking down, you manage to catch him in the leg. And yeah, let's get some damage rolls in here. So what's your damage for your broadsword?
It's high.
Yeah, look, you've landed a hit. It's good. This is already significant.
I'm just checking how many hit points I have for reference. I have 12 hit points, and my damage is 1d8 plus 1d4 plus 1.
1d8 plus 1d4 plus 1. So
is
it's a lot.
Is that hit points total, or is that hit points in your leg? Because remember, each of your limbs has their own hit point allocation.
Yeah, no, I was just like looking for a point of reference. How many hit points does a person have? And it's 12.
So like 5,
regular
4 or 5 on a leg, it would be fairly normal. So that's gonna hurt. People can survive specifically to leg shots and arm shots, which are the kind of not critical, I'm not dying sort of situation. Roll your damage first of all, and let's figure out how bad that is. Also, we're going to have to factor in things like armor and all of that fun stuff.
Clicking it, it's not doing anything.
You might have to roll separately and add.
1d8 plus 1d4 plus 1. 1d8 plus 1d4. Add 1 in your heads, everybody. 7 plus 1 is 8.
Ooh, okay. 8 is a big hit.
That seems high.
Yeah, so you strike down. This is already a big hit, and as per the rules, spilling blood, again, is going to be a big deal. Coming down, I'll give you some more insight. So Vestine I'm using the warrior details. So he's trained. He is not superb, although I have pulled a nice little ability which might come up immediately. But his right leg has 5 health in it. So it's, not exactly brilliant, and he has 2 points of armor. So dealing 7 damage is going to literally perfectly reduce his health on his leg to 0.
Jim, we had to add 1. It's technically 8.
It's technically 8? Okay, that's even better.
Your Honor?
Forgot to add 1 in my head.
Objection, sort of. I don't know. Point of order. There we go.
Damage equal to or more than the location's hit points on legs. The limb becomes useless. They fall to the ground and can't do anything else during that round, although they can begin to fight in subsequent rounds. This is the result of a failed parry and one that comes straight through onto the leg. Well done.
Oh my gosh, I feel kind of bad. I may have just won. If he falls to the ground, is there a chance he falls?
Demand he yields.
If he falls off the cloak, then he's in trouble. He's lost.
There's a possibility, but so here's what happens first. So you turn in, slam onto the ground. You did go first, which means that you're able to, head off his strike. Otherwise, he might have been able to get a hit in towards you, but he tumbles sideways, landing on a weak leg. And as he yells out in pain, he's a big, burly character. You see this flash of red kind of in his gaze. I alluded to the fact that he is a suspected berserker. I think I said berserker a few times in the previous sessions. A berserker is both a feared and respected, but also a pretty terrifying reputation to have, because it means you're going to potentially hurt a bunch of other people around you on the battlefield. It can really boost your abilities, but it can also come at a double-edged cost. We are going to see if this triggers any kind of berserk rage.
Sick.
Burner, just to keep you somewhat involved and rolling here, can I get from you what is going to functionally equal a power roll from this guy? So
sure.
Just make a D100 check, and his power is going to be, it's just average, so it's 50.
48, so he does succeed. I think that probably means he manages to maintain control of himself. So going down onto one leg, he yells, slams his hand into the ground. He can't act for that turn. The limb is useless. So as he tries to regain himself, we go straight back up to the beginning the next turn.
Oh wow!
I do a visual shield sweep.
Nyal, how's your shield?
Look good.
My shield has not been touched yet.
I yield my turn.
So statement of intention.
Has blood been spilt yet?
Yeah,
the dude almost lost his fucking leg.
Yeah. I mean, I assume so.
Yeah.
It's so like.
So he has the chance to forfeit, according to the rules of the duel. Once he has spilt blood, he can forfeit.
I come out to the mat and I start slamming down.
But if no one's going to yield, then it's to the death, unfortunately. Does he yield?
We're going to do statements of intention now, basically.
All right.
And I think that this is a bit of... I think it's more narratively interesting to throw a bit of the impetus on you here. You freeze, basically. Or maybe you're an intimidating person. You know about your fighting style. Do you push the advantage? Do you try and get a weapon up to his throat? What does Nyal do?
No. Well, I mean, this may be me misreading the rule book, but it does say like each fighter strikes a blow in turn, and I'm not sure if that means it's actually just a combat, just take turns, or Nyal's gonna read that and say, well, it's his turn.
Your turn to hit me.
Yeah. Okay. So you pull back your weapon and you wait, basically. So you're not pressing the advantage immediately, which means that he doesn't he sees this within your bearing. I think at this point you pretty thoroughly smashed this guy a couple of times. You actually grabbed him before, you spotted him, you've bested him in the legal arena. He's pissed, but he's also very aware that he's probably outmatched. I think let's just do
I'm going to let him have a turn, and because I think I assume he probably might want to yield. So
yeah,
over to you, buddy. I'm ready my shield.
Yeah, can I get an intimidation check from you? And this is just sort of it's almost incidental. It's reflecting his thing. If he had succeeded, if he had failed his berserk check, what would have happened is he would have doubled his hit points, which would have got him back up. So he would have been functionally unhurt. But yeah.
Intimidate. That's pretty good. I think. What did I roll? I can't see the dice. Keep losing them. 27 over 10 is a failure.
You are not a frightening person. In which case, I think that given everything,
Go berserk mode. Fucking get him.
Given that you've left yourself open for a second,
Did I ready my shield? Is that?
No, you're still going to totally get a chance to do a parry, right?
Right.
And having spotted this opening, he hesitates for a second. He has spilled blood across the ground, but he doesn't yield. Instead, he leaps up, pushes himself forward. He's striking from the ground because he can't raise himself back all the way up on his wounded leg, and he swings out at you with his weapon. So this is from him, a sword attack, and I'm going to get a parry check from you. This is going to be using your shield skill.
Fantastic. Here it comes. 59 or 6. Regular success, either way.
That is a regular success, and a 46 from this guy is going to succeed as well. So that comes in at a regular success. We go to the resolution table to double check, and a normal attack versus a successful normal parry. Defender's parrying weapon takes 1 hit point of damage, but you have successfully blocked the hit. So do you have a health value for your shield there, or do you need me to grab you one?
Shield. No, I do not know my HP of my shield.
Okay, I'll grab that for you in just a second. But basically, Burner, your assessment for next turn is going to be somewhat changed.
Shield.
You take it. You take the attack. Shields have more than 1 hit point's worth of health, though, so you're able to block it. I think that it's fair to, it's really just going to go back and forth. You effectively yielded a turn there by sort of sitting in place. So we'll just spin it back up, whether this is your remaining turn on the same round or back up to the top. He whacks towards you. You take it on the shield. What are you doing next? He seems like he's desperately trying to get an opening.
Medium shield has 16 health.
Hang on, at this point, he's forfeited his right to yield and is now like, cool, we got to kill this guy.
Time to die.
Maybe he still has a chance.
There's a little bit of
He can yield anytime he
flexibility.
likes.
Probably if he just said, I yield, you could accept it. But yes, you would have a legal defense to be able to do that.
Kill him if you feel like murdering.
Good.
I mean, the other one,
What'd you say?
he's also
16 hit points.
you're probably going to have to scare him down otherwise. So, yeah, what's the go?
I better have another swing, and this is where I can start to invoke some passions if I want to. I believe.
Yes, you can invoke some passions, or you can use your devotion points.
All my devotion points.
Devotion points. So I think you still have all 3, I believe, or did you use one for your Freya?
I think I spent 1. Let me check
Okay.
that. Characteristics. No passions. No, maybe I didn't. Who knows? I'll check later.
Taking an action. Spending a devotion point can give you a +20. You can also spend multiple to get the boost, but there's diminishing returns.
Yeah.
1.
No, we can spend 1.
Yeah, 20, 30, 50. Okay. So you want to spend a devotion point for this?
No, sorry, I already spent 1. I spent 1 with Heimdall. I'm wondering if I should try to invoke a passion here for honor, because that just seems like a good kind of generic one.
And you gave him a round too.
Yeah,
you let him get on his
him a round.
feet.
I gave
You
him a
very
hit.
much
I
showed-
kind of
showed
want everyone
honor.
to see how honorable I am.
I like that. Now, just be aware, if you fail this, you have run the risk of reducing your skill.
Jim, I have an honor of 90.
Okay,
I am
then
never
I'm
going to
sure
fail
you're
this.
just fine. If you fumble, you reduce your skill by 50. And your sword is what you're augmenting?
Yes, and then I'm going to have a swing with my sword. So I'm going to roll honor first.
Yep.
Augment your
Here it comes.
intimidate and yell at him. Oh, let's.
It's not a fumble.
I get my backup shield out.
I'll let you give me the
Let us strike
justification
from the
for this.
record when I said I'm never going to fumble
The
my
hubris.
honor. On my own.
I'm gonna live forever.
And I know that RQ Staffen is a good friend of mine and will not be clipping anything.
-20.
That's
so
so
you
good.
What?
-20 to your sword skill, yeah, for a fail.
Oh, this
Holy
dude
moly.
Hang on.
berserk
You
moded
only
and now
get
has
plus
better.
15 if you succeed.
I believe you get +20. I may have misread that or told you the wrong thing beforehand, but I'll double check that right now.
Man, that's
I know there
that's
was.
perfect
Oh, maybe it was
because-
something else. But
That's perfect
you know,
because my sword skill is already 85. I did not need to invoke this passion. And by trying to show how honorable I am. I'm clearly just like, suddenly way too full of myself. That's hilarious.
A quick check on the page 179 suggests on a success, if this is inspiration for passion, success is plus 20 to one ability for the duration. Failure is minus 10.
Okay, thank you. All right, minus 10. So you're only down to 75.
And you're despondent, Jackson. You're
For the
despondent.
duration of the situation. So I think that's the rest of the duel.
Ooh,
I've
that's
got
kinda-
minus 10.
What-
Although,
what
can
is,
you still invoke a god? Because you have more than one devotion point. You can have more than one devotion point. So if you did, you'd be able to like.
I believe that you can only apply
I
an
feel kinda
augmentation to one skill at a time, but we'll
Got
double
it.
check that. First of all, Nyal, what goes wrong here in your head? Did you catch a flash of the sword that you've sort of done all of this for, and does it throw you
That's
off?
exactly what I was thinking. I like stop for a moment, give him a chance to, have a turn and right himself, and then like I catch the side of the sword, and I catch the side of like the sword in my arm, and it's like glinting the sunset off the black blade, and yeah, it's just like a little bit of dragon fever. It's just like, oh wow, this is a really nice shiny thing I have. Because I'm thinking like, I'm doing this honorably. I'm gonna just bestow honor on this sword for the first time. Wow, it's real pretty, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's also cool that like it's you gave him the window to be honorable and then he wasn't. You're like, damn, we're gonna have to kill this guy.
Yeah.
Like, this is our fight to the death.
It's you're gonna be I was gonna say bloodying this sword. You've already done that. You're gonna be life bloodying this sword. Anyway, you're still gonna make your
Jackson, what type of shield do you have?
Medium.
Medium, great. It's got 16 hit points.
16 hit points. Yes. So down to 15 now.
15.
So obviously you only take one from the successful use here. You can take in addition if the other person gets like big hits and stuff like that, or in the context if you had weapons that were more suited towards shield breaking, like lovely axes and things.
Nice.
So, give me a broadsword
With a minus 10.
with a minus 10.
Hey.
I will give you a parry.
Still good.
Okay, fantastic. And all right. That is going to be it's a special success, but not an extreme. Sorry, not a critical.
I would have got hard. Is that a thing in this one? We call them hard and special.
Normal, special, and critical.
Normal, special, critical. Special is half or a fifth.
A special is a fifth, and a critical is a 20th.
So we don't do half hard.
No.
Great.
Halves are not applicable here.
No worries.
So on a normal attack versus a special parry, the defender's parrying weapon takes 1 hit point of damage again. So this is just you one slamming hit against yours. You whip around and give another hit, but from the ground, bang, the weapon comes down, strikes, landing hard. But
He's using
now
his
is
shield?
still Vestine is still going.
Mm-hmm.
On his turn, he's going to make an attack again. So this time is he. Once again, let's do our standard double roll. He makes his attack. That will fail from him. Give me your parry.
Shield. With a minus 10. Still good.
Your
Still
shield
good.
doesn't have a minus 10, does it?
I got minus 10 to everything.
Does it apply to everything for your augment? I thought it was just that one. There you go. All right.
We're talking about inspiration, inspired by a passion. Inspiration roll can't be used multiple times. So success, one ability of your choice. Failure, all further rolls by minus 10%.
Right. I have also done something unfair to you as well, though. So I have forgotten that this guy fell prone, which means that you should have been adding a plus 40 to everything that you have been.
But he
doing,
could have
which
gotten
would-
up on the. He got given a.
I gave him
round
time
He
to
got
get
given a
up.
beat.
That's
So
fine.
let's say he is wavering, standing up. And
I gave him a
damage
full turn to get up. That's fine.
Perfect. All right. In which case,
Just the honor on display is just tremendous.
So your shield takes another point of damage back up to the top, across to you.
I just hit him. Has he hit me?
That's it.
Yes,
Yeah,
he
and
hit me.
he failed. Your shield was successful anyway.
Great. So it's my turn.
Yes.
I'm gonna have another swing.
Please.
quite excited at the prospect of I might get to get these shields out.
Look, the
My,
damage is
It's
being
looking, it's
dealt.
looking more and more likely.
yeah. My plan right now is to, draw blood one more time to give him another chance to yield, and then see where we go from there.
So
Start killing.
you make a success. Oh, sorry,
Mhm.
I missed your roll there. Another success against a success from him. So parry, bang, bang. The shield's getting hit. You do remember he didn't bring a second, so he's actually on his only shield. Is one notable
Oh.
point.
What a fool.
As the two of you kind of swing back and forth, whack, whack, landing hits against each other's shield. Bernard, what does this look like from your perspective? Can you give us? What do you think, Njal? Kind of.
Uh, I think the initial blow, I think Niall and I both thought that was game.
Yeah.
Like I was like, well, I slap my knees and I get up and I'm like, I'll get to the car. Like I'll be back. And then I think I turned back and realized as Niall looked at him to yield, the dude went fucking berserk mode and swung on him.
Yeah.
And I think in seeing Niall reel just for a moment, like that honor, um, this isn't going quite how it was supposed to be. I think I'm now just standing with the shield up, looking a lot more ready to go. I still think he's got it, but I mean, we've heard stories of berserkers, right? These
Yeah.
are the ones that go out and just raid the hell out of places. These people are dangerous. I think I still have 100% faith, but
Yeah.
I do think the shield may come into play. And I'm like, we might get this on the power of friendship, and you have a second.
And we are very much in the mode of this is as has just been said in chat. This is BRP at this point. We are waiting for the slip. Perfect strikes landing.
Here's the play.
Hit eroding each other's shields. You had just made your attack. It was blocked by him. He makes an attack. Can I get a shield from you?
Yeah, you sure can.
His attack lands.
And hop. Still a success.
Another one. Bang. You catch it. Over to you. Give me that broadsword hit as I make a shield roll.
Yeah, let's just keep it. I can't keep my
And there we go.
scrolling straight. There it goes. All right.
Oh
I have failed,
my!
guys.
And this is just the perfect miss as he rises up a weapon. So his shield, you just miss underneath. Both of you taking a step back for a second and just catching your breath for a moment. Whatever cold was in the air has been completely replaced by your hot rushing blood. He dives at you and makes an attack.
All right, another parry. He hasn't drawn blood from me yet, has he?
He has not.
Good. I'll just keep it that way.
That's a success.
Success.
Oh man, another hit. So we're over to your turn.
I just took 1 damage to my shield.
Yes, you did.
All right, thank you. And another hit. Yeah, let's just get to the next story beat. Come on, dice. We can't just sit here rolling all day. 75 success.
Okay. From him, let's see. Shield coming in. Another success. So slamming again, clashing apart, both of you are away. He's still bleeding.
Yeah.
You could try. In the spirit of getting some more dynamic story as the two of you are kind of circling each other. Is there any words you throw out? You could try and intimidate him down again. He is still bleeding, and the chances of him being able to sort of I yield are getting less and less likely as this fight continues to go on.
Yeah, maybe it'll shock him enough if I actually start speaking and remind him that, this is actually not a battle. It's a procedure. And yeah, just say, you got, you're bleeding. Your blood's on the floor. You have the right to stop. I think we've called it. I'm actually not intimidating there. I'm a little bit more.
Yeah.
A little bit
Law?
more persuasive, but
LAW?
intimidating
Yeah.
is my highest skill.
The,
Yeah. If I can argue law, just to remind him
Come on,
about the
man.
law.
the
Is
law
that gonna work?
speaker. The law speaker says, he echoes your words basically. Make a law check.
With a shot. With a -10. I don't think I'm going to be much good at anything with a -10.
I think you just have -10 to the. It's just the applicable skill.
Oh, really? It
pretty
said
sure.
all further rolls, but that's fine.
Oh, did it? Don't
We'll
trust
proceed.
me.
We'll
I
proceed.
read it
Because
once just
all the
then.
successes when you're inspiring just say one ability, one ability, one ability, and the failures say
You are so right. All
all
further rolls.
rolls, all further rolls. Yeah.
That's fair. It's plus 20, and it's in theory rolling stuff that you have a higher than 50-50 split.
So no.
He still limping around on his wounded leg, manages to spit out like, and what do I have if I yield? Exile or death. He kind of is like sad as he says it. You can hear this kind of tension in his jaw. This is his redemption at this point. If he doesn't get this,
You'd rather die.
he loses one way or another.
Mm.
On the back of that, he hesitates for a second, and then actually, sorry, no, we are at his turn now. Yes, so he launches himself forward.
Time
with his
to
strong
die.
leg, trying again, and this time comes in with a special. Wait, is that a special? No, that is not a special. My bad. Regular.
And I just managed to succeed.
Clips the lip of your shield, and you go stumbling back. Let's get one hit from you.
One hit from me.
How much damage is his shield taking? Because at some point it's gonna break.
His shield will break. I believe that his shield is at 6 damage accrued. I can double check that in a second, but it may no longer be relevant because he's just fluffed the roll. So you let's roll this out and see just how bad this is before I get you to narrate exactly what happens. Roll a d20 for me first of all. The strike's gonna land.
The hit location?
Yes, please.
15.
15 is right arm.
Right arm, fantastic to match the leg.
Okay.
And then
Is he
Just
right-handed?
even him up.
By default, yes, he is. Unless, do you want to roll a d100, and we'll what percentage of the population is left-handed?
Which,
I mean,
10%.
sure. I don't know.
He's right-handed. we can
I hit
say
him
that.
for 11 damage in the right arm.
Oh my
and that's
God.
his sword arm, so I feel like he needs that.
That is, yeah, he's going to want that. Right arm for him has a health value of, let me just check. Scrolled away from where I need to be. I believe it's 5 though, which means that he's going to be real upset in a second. Please hold. Yes, he has 5 on his arm, which means that
I've done more than double damage.
Sorry, no, he has
on
4 on his
right
arm. You've done more than double damage. He has armor, reduced by the armor, even still. That's double, which means that we get to go to the really fun damage effect, maimed and severed limbs. Yay.
I'm gonna have that arm.
Okay, damage equals or exceeds
trying to
double
get
the
you a
location's,
trophy.
hit points.
I gotta be honest, maimed does sound like the name of a piece of IKEA furniture. So like that kind of, I don't know why, but that makes me amused more than it maybe should. Ah yes, this maim arm.
It's like the black metal version of IKEA. I would attend.
Maim and sever. Maim and sever. What we're here for.
Alex doesn't even know what game we're playing. She's just chanting.
Okay, I just want maim and sever.
You cannot take, interestingly, more than twice the possible points of damage in an arm or a leg from a single blow. But
just
we're
plumb
not,
out of meat.
we're not dealing with that because you've got exactly on the cap of exactly double once it gets past armor. You are not going to, I believe. Yes, so so you don't slice off his arm in a dramatic way, but you maim his arm. He cannot continue the fight explicitly. So this will take him out. He's also in shock, and with this amount of damage to him, he has a very real chance of basically dying straight up. You took almost getting hit yourself. So what happens from your perspective? Can you give me a little narration beat of this?
Yeah, I mean, I gave him a chance. all I could do was then just like lock back in and keep on swinging, bouncing, swinging, bouncing, just lock into the rhythm of it. And yeah, that's what Niall does. He just finds the rhythm, locks in, and trusts that his raw skill is just gonna, carry him through to the hit that'll win.
And what was it? Was it an opening? Was it just luck? Was it raw strength? What do you think gives you the edge that actually manages to land the hit?
It's just the consistency. It's like tennis. It's just you just keep on swinging at the same kind of tempo, changing things up every now and then, and just waiting for the opponent. This is what Niall's strategy is, I think, is he just keeps on consistency, waiting for the opponent to slip up and get off balance or leave an opening, and then it's just, oh, okay, the next hit's going there, and
I
off comes.
love I love tennis as a thing for
Yeah.
dueling. I think that's so good. Isn't there a modern, like one of the knights in England is a tennis player or something? Like a tennis player's been knighted. Like that's today's
Well,
equivalent.
tennis,
Andy Murray?
Pendragon, but it's tennis.
tennis pops up a
This would
lot
be so
in
fun.
like Shakespeare and all that kind of old stuff. So it's been around. It's applicable. In this
I
case,
haven't
though,
beat. I have a beat too, Jim. I have quite high first aid. Burner has 65 in it. I think as it's nearing the close, she's got the. I mean, this is still a person that's either like is community in some level. I will have seeing Niall get towards like get his momentum back, and I can kind of see the rhythm. Like he faltered for a moment, but he's found it. I'll set the shield down, and I will like take my cloak and tear like a strip. I'm hoping that I might get the chance to tourniquet and, maybe at least get this guy back. If there doesn't need to be a death, there shouldn't be a death, would be my take. Unless that's against, like, the code and he has to be left on this island to die.
Basically, with this last strike that comes through, he's taken a total of 8 damage from this one hit, and he took a previous of exactly 5 damage. That cumulatively brings him up to 13, which is exactly his hit points. That puts him into a position of being able to die from small wounds. So the combination of this massive hit, and while there's not an explicit rule here for sort of kind of shock conditions and stuff like that, he collapses out of the fight, and he's going to die unless he's tended. So yes, you are sprinting forward immediately.
I'm not going to. I'm going to let Niall dictate. I'm going to let him like call it. Let the ref take it. I don't want to interfere and muddy his potential glory. I'm not putting a foot on that mat until it's been called one way or the other. So I'm ready to go once I'm allowed to. But I'm not going to interfere.
I think it's also an awkward situation here. There's no second standing nearby. There's no sort of like cry of vindication. There's just you two and the law speaker. And there was like, a law roll was made in the heat of combat. At this point, it's almost there is a tension of like responsibility and stricture still.
I'll look to the speaker then. I was like, it's done. It's done. He's down. It's done.
It's done. He flicks his eyes towards you, Niall, just like Berna does.
Oh, okay. It's done then.
I run forward and I'm gonna the cloak that was laid down for the fight, I'm gonna immediately like fold it over him and then like taking out probably like one of my like a spare bowstring or something, get it around it. It was the arm that was the finishing hit, right? Get around the arm tight and get another around the leg. Can I roll first aid?
Absolutely, please do.
I think I'm good at it. I'm 65, but it's not a sure thing. And without my beloved pushed roll, I don't want to risk failing it.
You do. There's technically an option where you can remake rolls at a lower difficulty, but we're not.
My beloved push roll.
Yeah. It's not a push. Yeah. So augmenting or devotion would be a good idea if you think of an applicable.
I'm going to use a devotion. I'm just looking through the book. I found the section on the
on the gods.
On the gods. So I want the gods. Here we go. Religion. That looks appropriate. The 3 most popular. So I've got Ulur, Heimdallr, and Hodor. Heimdall I've applied. I kind of want to have a quick look at one of these other ones.
Might be like a protector or something. Or like
blind god of darkness and winter. It's the one that gets tricked by Loki and unintentionally slays his brother. But I don't think there's been trickery here, so I'm not going there.
If anything, this is a quite a legalistically sort of like strict.
Ullr is the god of skiing.
What?
He needs
Perfect.
look. You can't. It's hard
What?
to carve the slopes
You-
with one arm.
Bread.
You need to
Fucking
make
shred,
quick
bro.
flights. You need to go fast.
Yeah,
That
carve
makes sense.
slopes,
Oh,
not
oh,
bodies.
wait, hang on. Uller is a mighty warrior of unmatched prowess in dueling. I think I'll do it, Uller, and I will say, this man will shred again. And then I will try, so I'll invoke that. What does that
Did
give
you
me?
say
A
you have
plus 10?
Heimdallr as well?
Yeah, but I've used my 1 point in that one. My main is Uller, who is all about hunting, skiing, and archery.
Look,
Emphasis,
dueling, I think
skiing.
works. I like that. So, 1 devotion point spend for this applicable situation will give you a plus 20.
Okay, very good. First aid. So it's going to get me to 85. It's just gonna straight roll. Oh yeah, success.
Okay, fantastic. That's perfect. With the first aid, then you dive down and basically start to, keep him up. He's mumbling something. I feel like he's sort of quite out of it at this point. Maybe he tries to like push you away for a second, but it would be in the context of like the injured not thinking.
Oh, he's berserker too,
yeah.
right? He's a killer.
Yeah. And you basically can just do you say anything to try and calm him or?
I don't think I do. I think I think unfortunately what I think to is a shot animal. And the what's the is Killing Blow rune quest that's got a peaceful
cuts
cut.
is what you're thinking of.
I think I think I would have a very high peaceful cut.
Yeah.
So I think I'm not looking to kill it, but it's like quieting, just going through some very basic like settle down now. Wrapping him up, and then once I've got a couple of knots around him, we'll get him to the boat. And as he's placed in, I'll congratulate Nyal first of all, but I'll say we need to row fast. I think there's a chance he can survive, but he needs closer and better attention than I can give.
Absolutely true. And the law speaker adds to this, and I believe there is a storm approaching, as you know, gazing out. The rain that started at the beginning now getting a bit heavier, and this is what, of course, Theomur had detected. As the two of you load back onto the boat and begin to sail back, I need one last little thing from the two of you. I think that I'm wondering if you. I don't think you. I was thinking of going to give you an advantage, Berno, originally when I planned this because you would have had time to sort of be scanning the coast. But I think
kind of got a bit hairy there.
You're now taking care of somebody. I would like you to all make sorry, I'm just figuring out the most.
Is it a perception thing?
Yes, perception. It's I think scan is the most applicable here.
I've got search.
Search, sorry. Search
Search
is
or
not
search, spot hidden, or track.
Spot.
Are the ones that I have.
Let's go spot hidden, I think.
Okay, mine's just
Sorry,
base.
got my wires crossed for RuneQuest for a second, and I was like, spot hidden is not. No, wait, yes it is.
That's a failure.
Okay, perfect.
Oh, me too. Very good.
Everyone's getting a shot. You're both on the
Why
boat.
not? Where are we looking?
Spot hidden.
Perception skills.
Which perception? That's what I'm looking for. Search. I shall search. Am I?
Oh, you do
I'm
have search.
no longer despondent. I think I'm out of the
Yeah,
scene.
this is a different. The situation,
Right.
so to speak, has ended.
So respond
Wait,
about
is
you.
it spot hidden or search?
Spot hidden was what I wanted. Sorry if I. Yeah.
I got the same skill. Should I keep that number?
Yeah, that's fine.
Please.
Go ahead with that.
Please.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So what you spot as you are coming back, I mentioned that you kind of sail up the river, which does pass in the direction that you know that Ari the Black was headed, and you can see towards Burner where you know, and maybe pointed out by Nyal at this point, where you know that some of those groups are. There is quite a bit of movement with torches, a few individual bundles of light approaching the grounds of the Alþing. And you kind of can't stop really here, but they're definitely coming down from the mountains and getting close.
Would we have a case for being able to come ashore a bit earlier and sending old mate back with the law?
Yeah,
Keeper?
totally.
And
You could do that. It would just separate you, which is fine. And you would be going up who you again, like, I mean, going up against. You would be lurking around near people who are lurking around who you know have weapons and are like.
I guess I know what they are. I don't know if there's any extra information I'd be hoping to get from it.
Exactly what
If
they're
Nyal
doing.
calls my attention to it, I think I'll say I'm pretty sure that's Ari's reserves. So his trial is tonight or it's tomorrow.
His trial should be tomorrow.
I had hoped that he
We're
wouldn't
working on
call
that.
them in unless it was things were going against him, but it looks as though
Well,
they may be
there's
marching preemptively.
and there's also active efforts by the rest of the crew to speed up the time at which his trial will take place.
Okay.
Ideally, we'd like to swap the two and have the
Yeah.
divorce trial tomorrow because we believe that we've got a good solution there, but it just needs a bit of time.
Yep.
Which is very
Yep.
helpful to then hopefully move Ari's trial to tonight and stuff up his whole storm
His old
and
fang.
reinforcements thing.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So speaking of that, if you're not going to go directly ashore, we're going to jump across to the others then. So meanwhile, back in the riveting divorce court. So the evening has swung round, and this is a much happier situation. Even earlier in the day, everybody was really getting into the court cases. That's what everyone wanted to be doing. Now, everyone's got one eye on, they don't have watchers, so one eye on the setting sun, and is basically pretty keen to head back towards the main grounds of the Alٿing. There are less important cases that are taking place here. And everyone's aware that this one too, it's not so much life or death as just uncomfortable. There's really no win here for almost anybody involved. There's a few people who are hanging around to try and help untangle things. The two participants both seem like amicable enough. You know, they stand with their different sides and they have representation from both of their families. And as they go close and chat for a bit, they actually split off again. And the couple actually head back towards the Alٿing grounds, not together, but to sort of leave the more sensible people to be able to deal with this. It's a leave it to the lawyers kind of thing. A nice procedural court case, which really isn't going to help you get this done as quickly as possible so you can get Ari the Black in. Sigmundur, you have spoken a little bit with Marnie, who you know is around, and has kind of given a vague eye on the situation. Timur, you know that the hidden person is still about if you wanted to try and pursue that angle a little bit more. But apart from that, you are standing in the wings, kind of able to assist. And since you are less involved directly, I gave Sigmundur the chance to make some conversations with Marnie last session. Can I get you to make for me a search check? And this is actually going to be search, not spot hidden.
Okay. Where is that? Not under agility.
It's under your perception skills.
Yep. Scrolling. Got him. Different character sheets. Just roll it, please. There are so many different things to click. There we go.
Too many buttons. What's your...
Nope.
Nope, okay. So in which case, you do notice something, but it's with a little bit of like, I mentioned that there was the more talkative bodyguard that Ari had been with, who had been lurking around the Alٿing. He is no longer at his post, and you no longer know where that guy is. You have lost track of him. Possibly he's gone off to alert that the boat hasn't set off, considering that you managed to consult and convince your mentee, but a little beat. The two of you will have a chance to sort of share strategies here. What's the go? The court case will be slowly kicking off.
Well, wasn't the idea that if we can get them swapped, the time slot swapped, so that Ari's is dealt with tonight and the divorce is dealt with tomorrow?
Swapping wasn't what I had in mind. It was speeding it up, trying to get it to happen quickly. Swapping would be more difficult. You could still go.
The idea is if Marnie is on side with the idea of maybe taking this guy being an option, and then we get to him and say, hey, we're there's someone else with a decent amount of income and has an existing kind of household and what have you that needs a respectable husband. With this teed up, would you be willing to allow your ex-wife to have a bit more to set herself up so that she can then do something similar in future with someone else that's more more conducive to that situation. So it's less like, hey, let's try and move it, and more just be like, hey, can we just kind of get the parties to agree to a 60-40 split or a 70-30 split rather than a 50-50, which is going to piss everyone off.
Yeah.
With the idea of that. So I think my one was to go and speak to Steingester?
Yes, the
yeah, and just present the, because I've already spoken to Marnie, yeah?
Yeah, Marnie basically trusts you. You're established friends. So you can like she approves of the idea in general. It's going to be convincing the others.
Yeah. So I guess I'll go talk to Steingeister and just, I don't really know in what context this makes sense, but to just
get
kind
into
of the, hey, this is a complicated situation and no one's really going to be happy with a fair and equitable outcome. I don't know if you are familiar with Marnie. I'm assuming something daughter. But she was relatively, she was recently enough widowed, and is looking for someone to join her household and be part of her family to provide protection and support. She's a very capable woman. She's very comfortably set up. She does not require much except for what's the word I'm looking
basically
for?
Someone to stay out of her way. And
she requires the respectability of marriage, but otherwise is relatively like, yeah, need someone to stay out of our way, but like whoever it is going to be very comfortable and is not going to be called upon to do much outside of be respectful. And the vibe I got from this guy was he kind of was a little useless, and maybe that's why this didn't work out.
So it's funny you should mention that this is a fantastic idea, and I all of your arguments, your perspective, that's going to work perfectly. There is one little beat that's like a circle that the two of you are going to have to square. You can go down to the AlThing to chase after the two of them. I mentioned that they've split off. You can go after the husband. But the problem is that will mean that you will be leaving the court case entirely. You can come back in. It's not an out thing, but you will not be speeding the process up. You've kind of got two angles here, which is if you want to get this done to a solution that is amenable to everybody, you've got the Steingeister. But if you want to get this done quickly, someone is going to have to be like actually probably making a law roll and being like, come on, let's get through this. Okay, like let's divide stuff up. Who can walk calves around fields quickly? And I believe that was one of the resolution tactics used as well. So there's sort of two angles. I assume Sigmundur, you're going to be trying to be doing the convincing aspect.
Yeah, I would prefer to get a good outcome, and even if it's just to say, hey, there's this other thing that we can offer. Are you willing to hold off on having your court case heard until tomorrow? Because we have there is a thing that there is an extra piece in play. Are you willing to give us a bit more time to see if we could work something out for you?
Okay. Yep. So you can go to Steingeister. Thimur, would you want to stay in the court case, or are you going to be chasing a different angle here?
I have no law at all. The only thing I've really got is the ability to give myself or someone a 30% boost to orate or charm.
So
that's pretty big.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's a little bit of a discussion then. Basically, you're going to have to pick an angle. You might have to sort of choose speed or a good outcome. Otherwise, you're going to have to fish for a really good roll.
Well, if we can't get Ari done tonight, he's going to do something pretty hectic tomorrow, I believe.
He's definitely setting stuff up.
He is planning for something, and I don't think it's going to be anything good, given that he's got a whole bunch of armed people hanging out in the woods, and he's planned for a storm to happen all day tomorrow. What's the reason that we can't get it switched? That we can't basically just say, hey, can we hear the divorce case tomorrow and Ari's tonight?
Basically, because they have an order to it, they start the proceedings. You can go but that would be like, oh, okay, so everyone has to agree to that, and someone would be like, well, no, can't we just? Why does that have to happen? That's going to be better in the morning. Someone will be like, I wanted to be in that case, but I can't. I have to. It's all just logistical.
It's not our
nonsense.
call. We're not.
Well,
yeah,
it's
it's
as soon
whose
as
call is it?
Well,
so
anyone
it's like
suggesting that
partially
they want
your
to
call,
change
but
it.
the whole thing is it's decision by committee. So it would be you guys like putting in some kind of an orate check would get that done. It's just going to be hard. You would have to sort of get to everybody and go, this needs to happen. Otherwise, you'd need to make if you want to get it through the angle of having Steingestur or to sort of like trigger that, you'd need to have him so utterly convinced that this is the right way that he basically throws all his weight into being like, nope, hold off the entire case.
I mean, my orate is not amazing, but I have 50 in charm.
Yeah.
So a 30 on that gives me an 80. So there's a chance.
Charm is probably the Steingestur angle. I mean, the other thing, if you want to lean totally into deceit, is to try and torpedo events so they have to stop that case. But that risks them not picking up the other one. You know, it's a bit of a there's some politicking about.
Truthfully, the thing that I am best at is being charming and telling stories. So, and singing. I can sing. Will that help?
You know, it gets people on your side, basically. But it's not, in terms of... generally, when someone breaks into song, it means that whatever you're watching is going to take longer, not condense.
Yeah.
Flashback to Jackson's Reign of Terror character.
I think
weaponizing musicals.
Just
I
wanted to
think...
sing.
I think that in terms of like what Mundi thinks is the best angle is to try and get Sigmundur enough on side that he is willing to say, actually, I want to hold off on this until tomorrow because there's something else that's come up and I don't want to proceed with this tonight. And maybe that still gets pushed through, but
Perfect.
I think that's better than trying to convince a committee of like 20 people to do a thing.
Yeah, no, charm is definitely...
Two families is complicated, but not as complicated as a bunch of us.
Charm is definitely more personal, so that'll be totally fine. You depart the area where the actual assembly is taking place. Themorda, do you want to go and try and pull an assist here, or what's?
I can pull the assist. I can pull the assist prior to them leaving.
Perfect.
It just means we on the way out the door, we maybe duck underneath an awning somewhere, duck behind a bit of transportation, a stack of wood, something, and I sing a little song and say a few words, spill a bit of blood.
Fantastic.
Oh no, I already did that. I did that earlier.
You prepared.
I've been planning for this.
Runes.
So it's really just the words.
I think there's a stereotype when you've got sort of these creepy magic characters that once you actually get to know them, they're not all that odd. Once we see you actually casting spells with a friend, are you odder or are you? Does it mellow out?
No. It's a very personable, close. It's a big bear hug, which is Trimmer's gonna have to lean down a long way for this, just like like kind of just like coming down from the ceiling, like ball.
Yeah, but Mundi is round like a friend, and so gives very good hugs.
Yeah.
And I think also is it sung to a tune that is familiar to like it's sort of is it sort of folklore kind of?
It's more just good words with a rhythm. It's more of a
spoken word poetry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go forth under Odin's eye.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
And said with power.
So that's going to give you a boost. And what's the exact mechanics for that, Themor, that you're using here?
This will be a 30% boost to charm.
Okay, brilliant.
No, yeah, charm. We decided on charm, yes.
Yeah, charm is the role that we're going to
you have to pick one.
And what does that get your numbers to?
80.
Pretty good.
Damn good. And you still have the room to augment beyond that.
Oh, I'm gonna, because all three of my gods I can argue for.
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah, and it lasts for the situation. So depending on what that situation is, this is to have this discussion.
Yep. That makes sense to me. So Sigmundur heads down into the AlÞing proper. So this leaves you kind of after having stepped aside. You've got a couple of directions, right? You know roughly that out there in the rapidly darkening night, Ari is making preparations. You know that there is still a hidden person wandering around here, and the boat being prepared if you would like to reopen any of those discussions or try and move things there. You know that your allies should be arriving back shortly. In fact, the battle must have gone on for a moment because they haven't come back super quick.
They ain't back yet.
The other thing is you could go back to the court case itself and just try to make some kind of impact there. You could just decide to accompany Sigmundur directly. You could try and track down this missing agent of Ari's. Otherwise, there's a throwing axe tournament.
That is. I am no good to anyone there.
Jim.
I think I'm not a good talker, even if I do find that hidden folk. I think what I probably want to do is go find Ari's other person. I am good at hiding and moving quietly and seeing things, and I think I'm just gonna start doing laps and looking at what else Ari could have going on, and that maybe I'm not the one to interrupt these things, but some of my pals might be able to just put a few more spanners in whatever works he does. He seems to be having machinations for.
I like it. I'll get you to make a spot hidden and a move quietly very quickly. We'll just do both of those right away.
Oh, come on. That's not good. Spot hidden, not great.
Okay. So, unfortunately, you stick out a little bit like a sore thumb.
Moving quietly is okay.
The moving quietly is okay. That was...
Spot hidden, less okay.
Kind of the absolutely critical one, so that's good to hear.
Yeah, so I'm not seen, but I'm also not seeing.
Yeah. We will...
Just walk past.
Ships in the night.
Bye.
Long ships in the night. We'll jump back to you in a second as you drift back towards. Sigmundur, meanwhile, head down into the main part of the AlÞing camp where the festivities are very well underway. This second evening is much more where the celebrations start to come through, and you quickly find Stangestur has positioned himself. Now, as I mentioned, they're not meant to be part of proceedings now. They've stepped away for a minute. They're leaving it to the assembly. What better way to try and distract yourself than getting absolutely munted? I mentioned there was a drinking contest that is taking place, and Steingester is sitting at one of the large tables opposite somebody, and they are starting to bring large amounts of alcohol and sort of place them down. He looks a bit glum. All of his friends are up there representing him, which is great, but he's definitely in a funk. So what's your approach? Just sidle up, make a case. Do you join the contest? I want to use the drinking rules so badly. I've got so many notes.
I want to do a drinking contest.
Let me just... Oh, Lord, no. My constitution is 8. No, thank you.
Stall it, Jim. Stall it until we get back. We'll do it.
So I think that the ideal outcome for Mundi is to actually potentially get Marnie, Steingeister, and Alfdis, I believe was her name.
Yes, all participants.
Actually, together and say, my friends, there are many things in the world that the law is good for, but when it comes to relationships, when it comes to family, when it comes to happiness, and when it comes to peace, sometimes it is better to have these conversations with those who are most closely impacted than it is to let other people decide your happiness for you. And I'm going to real lean hard on our good friend Boulder, whose ideals are light, happiness, and peace. And very specifically, he has a good character and is friendly, wise, and eloquent.
Okay, I adore that. So let me settle the stakes.
Everyone loves Boulder. I'm kind of actually possibly going to invoke him in the conversation to say think of Boulder, who is kind, who is wise, who is good, who is friendly, let him help us come to some kind of arrangement that is maybe not in the eyes of the law balance, but the eyes of the happiness of the heart, truly fair and reasonable.
That's perfect. Let me set a couple of stakes before you decide your exact devotion spend. So you start gathering people together. Both of them are engaged in an activity that you could try and throw your weight in if you wanted to give yourself some slight bonuses here. But it sounds like you've got a different angle. You've got Thimur's magic working with you, and you've also got just the capacity to spend a bunch of augment points. For the record, one is drinking, the other one is gambling. But linked together, if you can basically get a regular success on this, which given your amount, how much I understand you're about to bump this all up, you are going to be able to execute your plan where no one really ends up upset. You can get Marnie together with Steingestur, or at least set enough in motion that you've kind of done your part there, and the rest will be up to them. And as a result of that sort of introduction, those alliances forming, get enough of a difference in the final agreement so that both parties feel like they're getting something out of this. A special success and a critical are going to be what determines whether you're able to get proper alliances out of this, or whether you're able to get things moved more quickly. And we'll address those if you can hit those values. Currently, you're looking at 80. You wanted to spend some devotion points. Okay, how many do you want to spend? The value.
Well, I think I can only call them one god at a time. Yeah.
Yep. But you can spend multiple points.
I only have 1 point.
Can you? Oh, you can spend a whole pool within that thing, can you?
So
20,
I have
30, 50 for the augment values.
If I wanted to, I could call upon Odin, god of wisdom, because this would be I'm trying to find the wise choice. And also technically god of magic, and I do have magic on me at the moment, and that would be my argument.
Yeah, well, you've been guided
and I could spend 2.
That's one of the runes I used.
But Freyr, who is god of family, and Balder, who is god of happiness, feel like more thematically in line. Also to be a difference between 20 and 30 points, because I can't spend all 3, because I spent 1 on Odin already.
It's your call. You can also try gambling or drinking if you'd like to push your edge a little higher.
I mean, I feel like getting drunk is going to make things worse, Jim.
It's almost certainly
That's
will.
what they want
Yeah.
you to think.
No, also, I'm committed to my, I'm going into this conversation evoking the friendliness, the kindness, and the idea. Because if Steingeister is, looking a bit glum, and I assume, Alfdis is also a little bit sad. Both of them are probably quite sad. They don't, no one wants a relationship to end. Even if it's,
completely.
And especially if they're still, moderately amicable, that's not a situation in which you go, oh, everyone here is really happy to be, out of it. At minimum, you're furious. At worst, you're well, I feel, eh. Yeah. So going in and being hey, I want to help heal things so that you can move through the next steps with happiness and with peace. I want to help bring you peace.
Perfect.
So I'm gonna spend my Boulder.
So that'll bring your charm up to 100 flat.
Correct.
All right. Give me a charm check. You're making the same. It's the consistency argument, same as Niall's fighting style.
Don't fail a 100.
Yeah, I know.
We failed a 90.
Yeah.
What's the chances? It's almost 4%.
Oh, hang on, why did I do it that way? Go away. That was stupid. Tell me there's a plus 50 augment. There is! Great, I could have just done that. Alright.
Go.
44.
Okay. So regular success. Basically, standing by, you speak to everybody involved. You bring Marnie forward. You fortuitously find out that Marnie and Alfdis know each other, which smooths things over a little bit. They're not friends as such, but they're just,
Well, that's kind of very much, I would like Alfdis to be at least partially involved, because I would I would like her to know what's happening and not be like blindsided by it and be like, this is everyone needs peace. And the only way you can have peace is to like kind of be at least moderately on board with what's happening.
It brings a lot of it brings a lot of different pieces together. That said, it does mire you in conversation, and you do not manage to speed up proceedings. Currently, as it is planned, the court case is still slated for tomorrow. You end up seated around a table with the collection of these folks around the same time that Nyal and Berna return, arriving back with the ship where they're able to depart. The law speaker will be able to immediately take Vestine to be treated. There's a small, like very small crowd, basically Scufti and one other person who didn't want to leave. Waiting for you out of respect, but everyone else has darted off to the festivities, and they immediately will rush over. Timur, you'll spot them arriving, and you also know where Sigmund is. Something's going to happen with you in just a minute, but first of all, I need to figure out what Nyal and Berna are basically going to do. Upon arriving, Scufti, Nyal will basically congratulate you and will invite you to celebrate with him for the evening.
On the lash.
Yeah, you your blacksmith friend is not visible at the minute, although you know where his tent is. And beyond, do you make excuses or do you agree to be part of the celebrations of victory?
No. I mean, I don't know if it's a celebration. It's more like it was just a procedure.
Yeah.
But sure, yeah. In that case, yeah, absolutely. I wanna buddy up with Scufti. That was the whole reason I did this, because my Gothi told me to find allies, and I think I found an ally.
Great. Okay. Fantastic. In which case he basically bundles you aside, and you will get absorbed into a conversation. So you're not currently going to be darting around or doing anything in particular. Berna, what about yourself? You would have an extended invitation if you wanted to join.
I'll congratulate Nell again and say he's clearly, well matched with his blade, which I can see he's very fond of. I will hand over old chopped arm to be looked after. If as long as there aren't like torches coming over, what I would love is to go to find people to warn them like, hey, the people are coming, this is all being sped up, and ideally find them at the drinking competition so I can go and do that. Maybe I'll then go do the I want to do all the mini games. I do a mini game ping pong and hit as many of these as possible.
There's plenty. We'll do a rush through a lot of these. But yeah, so basically you end up going and I mean, yeah, Sigmundur is seated engrossed in conversation. Fortunately for Sigmundur, his work doing like trying to resolve the legal disputes has dovetailed into the celebration. Nyal, similar thing. You're caught up after the duel. Timur, watching from the shadows, you spot Berna like rush forward, the only other person who's focused on the real thing, and then see a drinking competition.
Straight to the drinking competition.
And go and be seated. What's your plan for the rest of the evening, Timur?
Well, I'm going to go to my mentee, who has all of those, that lovely longboat and the wonderful voyage that he is intending to set out upon, and let him know there's going to be a big-ass storm all day tomorrow.
Yeah,
he do with that what he will.
Perfect. He's already agreed to based on your previous roles the last time to not go on the trip. But he appreciates.
No, it wasn't to not go on the trip completely.
Sorry, not to go on the. Oh wait, you convinced him to not pull them in. I believe.
Yeah. I convinced him to not pull them in tonight. Like, why do that? That's not part of your longboat voyage schedule. Like that's.
So his raid is still going to go ahead, but that would be after the thing anyway.
But
like, he's not going to be leaving.
I was bringing extra troops in, like going out to get them and then bringing them back here just so we can go out again. It seems inefficient. Personally, I think it seems inefficient and just seemed like he was. Aris's jump, he says, how high? That's not how this works.
No, you totally succeeded at that. He
stand up for yourself.
When you get there, and you let him know about the storm as well, he was already, like, he still had his ship kind of active, but upon hearing that, he starts to sort of, like, properly pack things down.
In fact, you may want to delay for a day if there's going to be a massive storm.
it's a good idea, and without a stable crew, I'll have to delay for some time as it is. But as always, Thimor, you give me good advice. Clasps your arm, not realizing that you're completely playing this guy. But
both can be true.
Yeah,
It could be true.
both can be true.
Because I don't really know what Ari's playing at, but if he's planning a storm tomorrow and he has not told the individual who was meant to be getting on a boat with him, heck it, gonna tell the
Big
individual
move.
getting on a boat with him.
Yeah.
Just spanners in works.
Spanners
Thank
in
you.
works.
And
You're
I
pretty
also
sure that there's
want-
going to be no support coming for Ari by sea.
Good.
Yeah.
The other thing, I might see if I can put some worship points from Uller who is archery, dueling, and hunting,
Mm-hmm.
into another sweep of the grounds, another sweep of the area, specifically hunting for Ari's other dude.
Yeah, perfect. So, as I mentioned, you do have the ability to remake rolls, and typically that just reduces the effectiveness of them somewhat. So you spend the extra time. Your score comes down by 20% because you're reattempting it, but you then bump it back up by 20%. And since this is you are scanning the grounds again, this is a consistent thing. I'm very happy to apply. Basically, we'll just treat it as a 20% bump if you're spending a devote.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that's going to just be a spot hidden again. We'll maintain the move quietly. No need to change that.
Just keep clicking everything. Let me go. No.
No. Oh, there we go.
Oh, wait. There.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Absolutely. No, so fortunately, what you are going to do is
Yay.
after quite a bit of moving around, stalking through the area, you manage to track down the guy. And the reason he's been so hard to spot is because he's doing the same thing as you. And he seems to be watching
Nice. Well.
the collection of you. Your actions have clearly come to attention in some regard, and he's kind of darting in between people and seems to be deciding who to approach about something. He doesn't look particularly friendly, as is probably clear. Nyal, he almost immediately rules you out because you have just taken somebody down.
Yeah.
Sigmundur, you are surrounded by people. So is Berna. But the kind of most likely, Berna is a fighter, at least nominally, but also might be very drunk. So let's see how all that works out. And then that will determine basically who this guy targets.
Well, I was
you
thinking
can
if I'm
interrupt
seeing
too,
him walking around and trying to target people for whatever reason, there are a lot of people around, right? Like this is pretty. I know
Yes,
there's,
and
light
he
and
hasn't
shadow and-
noticed you because of your
Yeah,
move
okay.
quietly. Otherwise, he might have gone for you.
Great. I would love to circle around and come up behind him and basically clap him on the back and take him by the arm into the drinking competition and basically just be like, hey,
Yeah.
where the festivities have started for the night. We're not doing courts and law anymore at the moment. This is party
Okay.
town.
Perfect.
Get amongst it with us and basically peer pressure. Because once he's basically exposed him, but not in I know what you're doing, you're exposed way, just in a
No,
time for festivities, bro, let's go.
you are intriguing. I like this. Perfect.
I don't really care if he sees through me. The point is that everybody else will also.
Oh
see
yeah,
him, and
you've blocked his ability to access
Yeah.
people
via
sneakily.
stealth. There is nothing else he can do via stealth.
That'll work perfectly. I might get you to make one roll based on that in just a second, but first of all, Berna, the drinking contest, the
Yes,
critical
the most
point
important part.
of all of this. So, Yursa Sevindotur is the grand champion.
Oh, yeah.
And she has made an announcement. She is giving up after this year.
Oh my God.
She's going. She'll be
Say it isn't true.
putting down the mug. But there's always time for one last binge, and she's definitely the target of who everyone is trying to go up against. This isn't a directly targeted situation. Basically, it's who can keep drinking and who can stay standing the longest.
Okay.
Here is how so once you get sort of absorbed into this, there's kudos for the longer you can remain.
Yep.
People drink a bit with dinner. That's just standard. We won't even roll about that. That's fine. Once the real drinking starts, we start to use alcohol potency, right? So every drink that you have has a standard potency attached to it. Basically, like a beer, kind of a strong beer, is about 3. Mead and something a bit more serious is 5. And when you get to something like fortified wine or spirits, you can push up to 9. There's also a bit of variability in between different brews, which can make it all a bit fun. But you've got pretty good consistency here because this is a very known sort of situation. When the amount of alcohol potency you've consumed hits your Constitution score, you start having to make Constitution checks, and every time you fail, you slide down a table of basically inebriation, suffering quite significant penalties each time. So the first thing would be how much would you like to indulge? Is there is there another mini game you'd like to try, or are you happy to full send this one?
Send it.
As a player, I want to full send it, but I don't think I could justify it when it seems like the fucking military is turning up any second now.
They were still quite a far way out. You were on a boat, which means that you were going to be like they would be rocking up in the morning. But yes, you probably don't want to get.
I think not the time to get absolutely blackout. I'll go for can I go for like just a moderate send, and then if I happen to actually be like, if I'm in with a shot to win the mug, I'm obviously gonna go for it.
Let's see. That sounds perfect. You drink up to the point. You have a couple of sort of standard drinks. You notice that Yursa immediately steps to mead, potency 5, and everyone starts drinking very happily. We'll get everyone to make a roll here, representing other people and participants, if you would. Can I get Jackson, Art, Alex, all of you just to make a D100 roll for me? This will represent Constitution rolls of sort of like tiers of other drinkers, and Burner. How you go against them is going to determine how much you can stay in to get the mug.
Okey-dokey.
So, can I get a Constitution roll from you? And
James, my Constitution is 14. How can I roll that?
Very good point. I believe it is just going to be a ×5, but let me double check because I'm so used to just applying that. I read the rule and go, yeah, that'll be it. Let me double check. Okay, here we go. Con ×5. Yes, confirmed.
Perfect.
So
then I have failed.
You have. All right.
I just rolled for my base. Oh man, I just fumbled.
We're rolling for like.
Hell yeah.
We're rolling for NPCs,
Oh, no.
not for ourselves, right?
I think
yes.
I'm in with a shot, baby.
Incredible.
Enjoy NPC drunkenness.
Okay, perfect. That is amazing. The fails there are, oh my god.
Pretty much everyone except Art, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So can I?
Well, my NPC, because I'm not. Yeah.
Yeah. Jackson, and Alex, do you both want to describe a drunk Viking? That's always fun, and then we'll jump across to Burner being a drunk Viking.
Face down, absolutely just face down, in the dirt. But you can, if you get close enough, like, as a couple of people do, because they might be genuinely worried about this guy. He's face down in the dirt, and when you get really close, you can hear him quietly singing.
Mud bubbling around.
I think this whole thing has seen the invention of the keg stand. Just one totally inverted beard flowing down to the floor, encouraging everyone to wheel the next keg right in front of his mouth so he can swallow it all as fast as possible.
Continue.
That's perfect. Burner, when you fumble on one of these, which is you go down 2 tiers in the drunkenness rules.
Hot dog.
So there are the drunkenness tiers work as follows. There is first of all, you're sober, you haven't had anything. You get lightheaded, and that lasts for a little bit and gives you a -20 to basically anything that you do that requires major focus. You go below that to inebriated, -40. To everything that you do. You take a couple of sips and immediately feel blasted.
I'm having the best time.
There are 2 more stages you can go down, potentially. You can go to stupor, which is that you have to crit for anything to succeed. I'm
organizing a skiing holiday with one of the other Vikings. We should shred, man. Yeah. We should ski. We've always talked about it.
You're gonna bring Vestine to a once.
I think in my pursuit of mini games, I slam my hands out of the table and go, you know, it'd be so fun, guys. There's an axe throwing competition. We should go do that. And then I'm gonna head towards that and hope they don't make me sign a waiver.
That is absolutely perfect.
I think no one follows me. Just head off.
You will crash into Oscar, who is still going to be there. Thimble will come back to you in a second. Who is still going to be based with the other one of Ari's supporters. But when you arrive there, if you're still playing mini games, can I get from you a your axe throwing is going to be 0, right? You've got 15 in it.
That sounds right. Yeah.
I'll pay. It's a legitimate attempt. You get up and try to compete, and we'll take Oscar. You gave him some training and support, so why don't we give him a rip-roaring +10?
Come on, buddy.
Out of assistance. Thimble, do you want to roll for him?
Yeah, let's do it. So it's not going to be a straight D100.
The D100 just we'll just add I'm adding to his skill.
Yeah. Hey.
Oh my
35.
god, that is pretty fantastic.
It's actually pretty good.
The base for axe throwing is the base for axe throwing is 10 with a rip roaring +10. He's still only halfway there. Throwing, but we'll leave Oscar there as the collection of as the two of you sort of continue mini gaming. Meanwhile, Dimur, you you sneak up behind this guy, and while you're sort of watching him, you pull him into a drinking contest in a situation where he can't really refuse.
Or he's gonna look like a real wet blanket if he does, like in front of everybody.
It would probably
and he'd have to explain himself.
And this
be
is
like,
basically
oh no, I have
contest.
to keep sneaking around.
Oh, a huge, exactly right, and it would reflect bad on Ari. You know, he doesn't necessarily like get trapped in a position where he needs to drink himself into a stupor. Only that happens to Berna. But what he does is he sits down, and very much his scheming is undercut. As you trap him in place, after jug of mead is put in front of him, he will say to you softly, not conspiratorially as such, but just there's a lot of noise around. He says, What do the two of you need then to side with Ari? Two of you. What do the group of you need to side with Ari?
You'd have to speak to the group for that, wouldn't you?
Well, I get the feeling that you have a lot of sway and say, and look. This is.
What would it take for Ari to evacuate all of those forces that he's got hidden around the area? I just don't think it's a very community-minded thing to be doing.
He definitely kind of hesitates at that.
Well, the armed people out in the woods is just not a very nice thing to be doing.
What's your objective with this? Do you want to be throwing him off? Do you want to be trying getting some insight from him, getting something to slip, or do you want to be scaring him?
I'm being genuine. If he really wants us to side with him, I really just want him to heck off.
That's fine.
Go away.
If you're not trying an angle, so you say that.
There's no angle here. It's not an intrigue thing. It's literally just, look, we'd consider siding with you. Don't like the look of you having a whole bunch of armed folk hiding around this wonderful community we've got here. That's pretty sus. Back the hell off, my guy, and we might consider siding with you, and you might get to, we've been really focused on finding really good compromises this whole time for everybody. Fact of the matter is, this guy's pretty powerful. Our boss has said that, there is definitely benefit in coming down hard one way or the other, and this is not going to make friends openly, but it's the right thing for the community. And if this is a bargain that Ari is happy to make.
So the guy, upon saying that, he sort of hesitates.
And also proves that we know more and that you can't pull one over on us, and why are you even trying?
He seems to at first think that you are going for an angle, and then when he realizes you're being sincere, he hesitates and seems to treat back pretty openly. He goes, Look, you know as well as I do, he's not going to go for that, right? I mean,
That's a shame.
wait, look, I'm. I want this to work somehow, right? I don't. I can go to him and I can make the offer, but he doesn't. He's not. He won't agree. He's got a winning hand as far as he's concerned, and I can see that. I can see that the group of you know what you're doing, and you're standing in. If you're doing it for the sanctity of the AlThing or whatever, I respect that. Like, that's a good thing, but you'll be bringing down, in some degree, more chaos and bloodshed here. I there's got to be a way we can work out something that stems all of this. If you want to sort things out properly, I mean, coming to terms outside of the arrangement of the assembly is always a valid option.
Well, what did you have in mind? Are you asking us what it would take for us to come down on Ari's side? Haven't said anything about what Ari's willing to offer.
I mean, what would your
I
go
made
do you
my
want?
offer.
Do you want troops? Do you want defense? Alliances? Promises? Ari tends to answer things with violence. He can promise violence on your side or against you.
Let me talk to my compatriots.
I'm to tell you to not interfere. But
Okay.
if you
I mean, what do you mean interfere? We're all doing things by the book here, aren't we? We're all completely following the law. I'm certainly not interfering, just as Ari is certainly not making nefarious plans that are outside of the law. I mean, he wouldn't do that, and neither would I interfere. Correct?
He looks to you somewhat wearily and he says, "How could he? He's not even here."
Exactly.
You know, you'll find me here if you need to speak to me again, but otherwise, things change come morning. Yeah, you can step away. Berna,
Here's the thing.
before we hit
I don't want us to side with Ari. I would like us to
well, you could potentially not even share this offer here.
hobble whatever Ari. Oh no, I'll share it with my compatriots, of course. Berna's bit.
Look, across the court,
Out of it at the
you'll
moment.
escape from your various activities and have the chance to talk about but you're sort of in the later stage of the evening now. It's basically bed, or maybe in Berna's case, one last minigame. But moving back from the axe throwing arena and your various tables where you've been discussing, you'll have a chance to make any plans you want to make before the morning comes.
And I will absolutely tell everybody that this Ari's henchman has an offer for us. What would it take for us to side with Ari? I am concerned about siding with Ari in any way, shape, or form because sure, he can offer troops, he can offer mercenaries, he can offer violence, but as we collectively discussed last time, that is much less useful in the long term than trade, than relationships.
He's
And
damaging
respecting
the
the
community.
AlThing.
He's
Yeah.
damaging the community.
He's
We're building
damaging
a
the
society.
community, and the choice is: do we side with someone with a lot of power now, or do we side with our community who will are the power for forever? You know.
Yeah.
Think
Or do
like
we say that we're
power-
siding with him and then not?
But what does he actually want? Like, does in terms of us
Exactly.
siding with him, what does that mean? Do
He
we
wants
just
us to rule
say
the case in his
He
favor.
wants acquittal.
He
with
wants
what
us
did
to
you
acquit
get?
him. He wants us to
be-
rule the case
Yeah.
in his favor.
that would be?
He would like to get away scot-free. Thank you very much.
And there would be lasting implications from that, because as from what you've seen, this is really sort of if you think of it like the sort of area or state almost that he's from, this is everyone that isn't his power group coming together against him as a bit of a group to try and use a legal approach to shut him down. If that doesn't work, it's like he basically would be given power to run rampant in. You also know that he is connected to other powerful power brokers in Iceland, so you start to create a bit more of a block where he becomes very powerful. He has other powerful connections.
We don't need a fracturing of the community. A combined, I've lost words again because it's late and I've had a few drinks. a community that stands together is more powerful than one is fractured apart. If we can find a way to, if there is a way to try and impress upon Ari the importance of sustaining the community you are part of instead of subjugating it. I'm not sure if that's even an option, but
He ain't gonna go for that. Why would he? There is no benefit to him personally in the short term to do that. He has a bunch of power and he is not interested in anything other than
what are the could we turn around as the group of people deciding things and say, hey, we will acquit you of like the charge of secret murder or whatever it is that you're being accused of. However, in recompense for the damage that you have inflicted upon the community, we are tasking you with its protection. You will provide a percentage of your troops to watch the roads, ensure people are safe, and if you do not act in accordance with these agreements, then the next time you are brought before us for breaking those, you will be exiled. You will have, like, as essentially say to him, sure, okay, you want acquittal, fine. You're going to have to,
Community
but we're
service.
not going to let you get away with hurting our community. And you got two options: do
Yeah.
it or
Listen-
get the fuck out.
So for
He
sure,
does have a plan to go on a raid on a longboat.
He's
A
already
plan.
tried to get.
However, I don't actually think he intends to do that. I think that's what the storm's for. I think his intent was to say he was going on this raid on the longboat as his get out of the area plan, and then capsize my mentee's boat or go off course and basically do whatever the hell he wanted and not go do this raid.
Your expectation as well was that the deal that he had set up with
Yeah.
with your friend was to go and pick people up who were sort of closer to his camp and bring them in.
And bring them
Basically
in.
bringing troops. He might have avoided the storm with that, and he would have been on the river. It would have been a safer trip. By your estimation,
Yeah, but
like,
then there would
yeah.
be the raid. Then he was still on the hook for the raid.
Yeah, and the raid being a get out of jail free card, that very much
Yeah.
seems it. Like he's effectively setting himself up a whole lot of options.
Yeah.
To answer your question, Mundi, yeah, it is entirely possible that you can set up some kind of deal here. The first option for all of the resolution in the way that the legal cases work in Iceland is decide something amongst yourselves, come to an agreement. The AlÞing is, and the council is a that didn't work. So
Sort of last resort.
yeah, and bringing that up is kind of the fact that his trial is tomorrow. This is the last chance for you to get something done under the table. If you want to do that and sort of sort something out, it would probably require the collection of you to meet with Ari himself.
Who is not here.
Well, he's probably
Allegedly.
close. Yeah, and you could be going off into the night.
And look, we do know where his troops are stationed.
And you've got, you could even just sort of go to the person who you know is sort of representing him here at this point, back at the drinking contest.
I think talking to Ari is not a bad idea because we can say, look, we're coming to you outside of the scope of this AlThing to try and see if we can come to an arrangement, because we would prefer that everyone, that the community does not suffer, but that people, that we need strong men and women in the community. We don't necessarily want to punish people for strength, but that strength needs to be turned to the protection of the community, not to its detriment. And what you are being accused of at this point is detrimental behavior to the community. We can see a path forward where we don't go forward with accusing you of that or charging you with that. If you can find a path that involves the protection of the community, not its harm, and lay it out that way. And I think it's worth talking to Ari.
I think he'll agree with it, and then he'll go under the table and do
Well,
as
that's
much
exactly what he's
corrupt, awful
done.
shit as possible. Yeah.
Well,
In this one, he's he's tried to go around it. He's done everything in his power to avoid repercussions. There's no guarantee he won't just do this immediately.
He'll just
again.
say,
Like
"Yeah,
he's
sure," and
massed a
then-
militia to make sure that he doesn't
Completely
actually
true.
have to do
And
his crime.
You have somewhat, I mean, he's been doing that for a while. You have somewhat limited the effectiveness of his militia in this exact circumstance. But also, I will flag one thing. I mentioned weapons banned at the AlThing and sort of stuff like that. It would be, it would lead to effectively like all-out war or conflict if he attacked the AlThing. What would be much more likely is that if the trial isn't going his way, a bunch of troops will come in and put themselves there, and he will say, "No, I'm not going with you," and would have probably walked to his boat surrounded by people, and it would kind of be no one is going to break the decorum because they know just how many soldiers they are, and he leaves and can kind of do his own thing like that.
Continue on his own, with his own plans of nefariousness.
Assassinations, threats, and all outbreaks of violence, these happen, and it's all very unpredictable. So,
Meeting with him is still not a bad idea, just to understand what he's about, though. Like, whether or not we're entertaining it is different.
I also think there's if we say this is what we're presenting to you as an option, and you will need to agree to it in front of the council tomorrow, and if you do not, then you will, that's it. That's all we can do for you. Like, if we go to him and say, this is what we will present to you tomorrow, and, kind of give him a chance to talk through it with us now and say, here's what we'll be presenting. You will need to agree to it.
And you'll need to do so in front of everybody.
So that it's not yes, he could weasel out of it, but it's not like he's making an underhanded deal with us that he can weasel out of because no one knows about it. It'll be, if he weasels out of this one,
which I think
everyone knows he said that. And at that point, not only is yes, okay, he's already a bit of a thug, but a thug that is known to have no honor and break their word that they gave at the AlThing is a very different kettle of fish than someone who just could turn around and be like, well, I didn't agree to anything. You're like, okay, well,
he's agreed to it, and then it makes it a lot easier that when he inevitably does do something shady in future, we can just go through it again, and we know what he's about.
There's also an element of yes, he has a lot of militia, but those militia are still people, and if they see that the community is not going to immediately exile Ari and every person under him and tell them oh, you're not allowed to live, because I assume a lot of those people are from this community. They probably want to see their families. So it's not just, oh, we're doing something to Ari. There's an opportunity for the people that work for him to see that he is not necessarily as reasonable as good for them as maybe the community is. And there's I don't know.
And he's also going on that raid.
So,
bye. Get him out of the. He's going on that raid.
Yeah, fair enough. Willingly or not.
Willingly, he's going. That's fun because it's going on that raid. He's bringing stuff back to the community. Sounds like community service to me.
Yeah.
And if he dies, he dies.
And so be it.
He dies, he dies.
He dies, he dies. But we would also want to talk to the accusing party about this.
Well, so there's I mean.
The accusing party is the entire community. I think we just present something and hope that it works.
It is late at night at this point. If you want to be able to get out to Ari before it is effectively morning.
Ari's the one
we're going to have to punch through these mini games and get it on the road.
Ari's the one we've really got to talk to.
You'd want to be heading out quickly, and there's just sort of 3 last beats I want you to think about, which is, first of all, is there anything you're bringing to offer him? Is there any leverages, allies, offers that you can make that might sweeten the deal?
Bring your sword,
Well, you've got potentially a favor from the blacksmith. You could try and reach that out. The second thing would be risk. If this negotiation doesn't go well, and he says you're not allowed to go back to the AlThing, just have that in your mind as a possibility. And the last thing is
somebody stays here.
Yeah. Well, how much or how little you involve the representative. You could he probably can get you there quicker, but you may or may not want to.
Oh, I see no reason to go. He's the one who came to try and sway us. So if we go with him, at least Ari's maybe there's a conversation to be had here, rather than us just rocking up being hey, we're here to kill you, I guess.
We're involving the representative. He clearly wants this sorted out also, so he's gone.
The critical point is, are you going to try and rush forth tonight, or are you going to try and wait until the morning?
I think we got to do it tonight.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
Right.
don't
And
fully
in terms
understand
of-
what's going on, but I'm happy.
I mean,
go
in
out.
terms of like saying, "Hey, we're gonna go do this thing," let the person know, maybe.
Yeah.
See if they're like.
They don't really want to involve themselves anymore. They kind of want to be left alone.
You got the feeling they were mostly just interested in like that one deal that had been done. So you'd be
Which they did that deal because he pestered them.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
like we know the solution to get magic.
yeah.
Pester.
Yeah, pretty much.
That would be a
well, your
pain.
solution to get magic is ask Theomord. But yeah.
Well, I mean, is our Gothi around?
Yeah, you could get in contact with Bjorg.
Yeah.
Can we
We can
just tell
tell
we'll be
him?
like, hey, we're gonna go and see if we can sort this Ari business out. We're gonna go talk to him. If we're not back in the morning, assume he's possibly killed us, and then
Yeah.
maybe you should
Or taken
come
us
down.
hostage, and that sucks.
Come
and
down
charge him
real
with that
hard.
now. Yeah, and charge him with that now because
Yeah.
he's taken us hostage.
And he will basically say, I can let the accused party know, but ultimately, you're the heroes and you have to
Yeah.
make this choice yourselves. And if
Oh,
you're
yeah.
taking this risk, it will be a great risk to our community. And I don't know if I can get you out. So it's all down to your skills and wits.
Basically,
Great.
yeah.
I'll bring a quarterstaff. You know why? Because I'm not bad with a quarterstaff.
All right.
Dude just called me a
I'm
protagonist.
pretty good with a bow. I'm pretty good with a bow, and I'm crap at talking. So if nobody has any objections, I might hang out not with the group in the shadows, far away, like close enough to see what's going on, and basically just be the.
You can deck
I will
yourselves
do
out.
very
The
much
stealth
the
backup.
same.
You can also, Burner in a second, we'll talk about your drunkenness because there's some
And
resolution points.
another
Yeah.
thing.
You're also too wasted for this shit.
Well, you'll have an opportunity to do something. But Niall, you were saying something.
And I'd like to introduce everyone to Arm Winner.
Yeah.
Arm winner.
Arm
Hell
Winner,
yeah.
Arm
That's
Taker,
very
Arm
good.
Claimer, Arm Claimer.
Nah,
Cool.
because arm winner sounds like something that over time gets
Yeah.
changed into something like armvimer or something, like which it ends up with this like kind of cool sounding name where everyone's like, what does that mean? And it means the slayer of berserkers or something. It's just arm winner, but over like 50, 100, couple hundred years, it gets like armfimer,
Love it.
armfimer.
Love it.
Arm Winner.
And
Because
then-
I
that's-
want his arm.
It's how it genuinely linguistics is fun that way. It's how the German tug turned into the English day is just words, vowel sounds, word set get squiffy after a while.
It's close enough.
Exactly. So you're heading out pretty quickly then. Are you going to go in the company of Ari's friend? That will basically reduce your ability to be able to stealth.
Well, I am
but if you don't,
stealthing
you'll have to
separately.
find where they are, which you have some
Yeah.
pretty good info for. But
yeah. And I can follow at a distance, and yeah,
Okay.
I'm happy
Alright.
to do that. Like I can
All right. So happy to
send.
happy to get him
And
to
as far
take
as
you.
as far as the contacts, as far as the bodyguards concerned, I've had a discussion with them. I'm sending my fellows
Right.
to make the rest of the arrangements.
Okay, perfect. In which case you'll head to him and say that you want to meet. He'll agree to set something up and take the collection of you out. He gathers up a torch.
I have my quarterstaff, but I do you wouldn't deny a young man his walking stick.
Absolutely, yeah. They are going to be carrying weapons, and you're pretty sure they don't seem to begrudge you that. There's an understanding that this is a meeting where people are going to be packing weapons.
Yeah.
You can gather up your stuff. You're very much headed into a heated negotiation, and you'll be able to set out with this guy leading. Dimul, you've specified that you want to try and sneak to follow. Mundi, you'll just
of
be
insurance.
traveling along. Nyal, in the thick of it, I imagine.
Yeah,
Okay, perfect.
just rolling her on like the boulder I am.
Oh, that sounds perfect. Berna, you can reattempt drunkenness rolls, is what I wanted to get at you. And I remember you can reattempt
get
rolls with the
drunker.
-20 that I mentioned before. I think basically, are you able to sober up much? So what I'll do, because you did fumble, you went down 2. If you can succeed, we'll bring it up 1 at this point, and you
Yep.
can, yeah, sweet. So do you want to make a
So I'm just doing a straight con roll.
con times 5, -20?
Okay. Yeah, fucking nowhere close.
Yeah,
Almost fumbled it again.
Okay, that would have been good. So unfortunately, you're blinking through
This
this,
is going
but
the worst.
it is sticking around.
Guys,
Yeah.
guys, this is so fun.
Can I?
It's so fun. We
I-
don't do this enough. I got a
Before-
kid now, you know. I don't get out. This is so good. I'm
Can
the
I put
best
Bernard to
time.
bed?
I'm
Can
having the
we do
best.
that
I don't want to go.
before
No, I don't want to go to bed. I'm having the best time.
Okay,
I'm gonna stay up all
okay.
night. You guys, we should see the
I-
sunrise. We should
Do we
actually watch the
have-
sunrise.
Do we have do we have money or something to that effect? Or
Yeah,
is that not?
you can make trades.
Great. I'm gonna just like find someone and slip them a few coins and be like, please make sure that Bernard goes to bed at some point and doesn't end up face down in the dirt more than usual.
Bernard's cognizant, can go around and do things, but like the key is.
I'm
do you
doing
wanna
mini
bring them?
games.
Yeah, you're gonna stick, and so you.
I think I'm gonna like Niall did his thing. I want to be like that. I'm gonna be like that. You guys are gonna come back. I'm gonna be like that.
Okay. So
Yeah, I think-
you
I
wanna
think we
stay
leave
behind
Bernard
and do
to
the
the-
last wrestling mini game instead of accompanying the others.
Yeah, I think I am very confident I'm going with them, and then I just don't show. And then in the distance, there's the sound of drunken wrestling.
Convenient because we are approaching the end of our session time, and Dave will be not around next week. So this works from a
Hence,
dramatic narrative perspective.
Paying someone to put Bernard to bed once she finally ends up face first in something.
I'm gonna duel them to death.
Brilliant.
Fight me.
So, in terms of meeting with Ari the Black, 3 of you are going to head out. Can I get a move quietly from Thimur?
I'm going to drop some devotion points into that one, I believe. Yeah, I'll chuck my last Ula one in there.
And which is the god that you're calling on?
Which one of these?
Erden.
You wisdom in trying to sort something out. I can see it.
And I may be using some magic in a bit, and I mean, I can't use. I've still got one more point for Uller, but can I use it since I've used it already today? I've used Uller today.
You can use it. You can use it again. I can see Odin too, just in terms of every time I seem to see him depicted in fiction, he's always standing at the side of major events of the staff, glaring, which gives me yeah.
Would like to drop some.
Sure, you can take the plus 20. So make your move.
Odin in Valheim, there's just like a weird old guy with a staff who pops up watching you, and you're like, "This is creepy."
And that's kind of my vibe at the moment.
That may or may not be Odin. Yeah,
the creepy watcher is kind of where I'm at for this one.
Perfect.
No. Take the 20%. Oh, come on. Oh, good.
There we go.
Hush.
Wait the roll.
No.
All right. So basically, all that this means is that
Fine.
you're a known quantity.
Yep.
They don't like the correspondent doesn't kind of call you over or anything like that, but leads the collection of you out a bit beyond. They light their torch and appear to signal to a group further up, where they will get a response. It takes a couple of hours of travel all up and waiting time, but before long, you will be able to set up this meeting, and we will pick up the next session with Nyal and Mundi standing by a small outcropping where there are 2 of Ari's bodyguards, and then Ari will arrive accompanied by another protector to speak with you, with Thimur sort of set off a little to the side, known to be present.
They know I'm here, but
with a deniable space.
Yeah, and I've got a bow on my back, and I suppose I'm wearing that one pretty openly. It's not out, it's not ready to go, but that's the thing people are going to be looking at, not the runes in my pockets, which is how I like it.
Yeah. Perfect. So
because I'm not pulling that bow. If they know that I'm here, that's not what I'm going with.
We'll pick that scene up. That is either just going to be a lovely conversation that rounds out our run of Age of Vikings, or our a lovely fight, which maybe gets everyone killed.
Or I'm going to set the woods on fire. Yay!
But
I mean, I'm just going to be absolutely like honored that Ari would bring 3 bodyguards for little old me.
Yeah. Well, Niall just whacked somebody, so you know.
Yeah, but there's only one of him.
Got his ass.
Yeah, true.
I assume everyone will play just as fair.
We'll see. But in the meantime, before we lose Dave for a session, back at the AlÞing, let's get that last wrestling minigame. And I can give you the character who is there
I
attempting
invoke
to win.
every button I have.
Well, burn them now. What's your so are you so the standard one, just to quickly, would be wrestling is the contest that's on the
I'll do that.
Yep.
Uller is dueling, as I invoked. I have 2 more points in him yet. Oh, and skiing. Is there a skiing competition? Can I shred?
This competition is against nature and how far you can get up into the mountains quickly enough. But I don't think there's currently a skiing competition.
Okay, I'll do the wrestling. I'll do the wrestling.
Okay.
The wrestling, I'm going to invoke Uller because I got 2 points in him, and he's about dueling and 1v1s, and I think that plays.
Okay, perfect. So this will be using your grapple skill. The only other, if you would like to, is you could try and go for a feats of strength. Would be your other option. I'll do
grapple. I want to prove my superiority. I have 30 in grappling. I'm shit faced, so it becomes 10. I invoke. I really, really pray to my god, so it goes back to 30 because I use 2 points to get plus 10 each, right?
No,
yep.
if you use 1 point, it's 20. If you use 2 points, it's 30. Exactly. So you can get your skill up to 40 if you use both points.
I'll go to 40 then.
Niall, you were in the last duel, so do you want to roll a grapple?
Oh shit!
For me?
I rolled it. Sorry.
No, that's okay.
I've already rolled mine, and
you've rolled yours.
So
we'll see what it is in a second. Hasn't come through for me. Niall, if you can roll a grapple for the sample warrior grapple is a skill of 50. So you're.
It says kill, and I'm assuming it was meant to say skill, but that's very funny.
I did, yeah. Okay.
The other wrestler rolled a 21.
Bernard, do you want to give us a send off for your for your character there, and we'll end the session on that.
I think she loses the grappling, but is enthusiastic in the attempt, and she is last seen vanishing in pursuit of more mini games into the distance. She will not go to bed.
Becoming famous as the person who always loses at grappling. You are joined by your friend Oscar, who says it's fine. It doesn't matter if you always lose.
I enthusiastically agree. It doesn't. It's just about getting out there and having fun. Perfect. And then I remark to him, I hope we don't all get killed in the morning. And then I wonder how the rest of them are going. Wait, I feel like I've forgotten something.
Wait, what? All right, perfect. Thank you so much, everybody. Really appreciate it. Thank you to all the audience. Thank you to Art. Thank you to Jackson, Alex, and Dave. So next week, we will be back with our last episode of Age of Vikings. Dave will not be back, but will be the following week, at which point we will be returning to Pendragon.
Dragon.
Yes. Quick reminder, this is Age of Vikings, one of the scenarios from the books. You can pick up Age of Vikings at chaosium.com. Thank you all for playing, and we'll see you again soon. Appreciate it.
Ciao.